JRPGs. They've been around for a very long time, even before I was born. Damn, that's kinda wild. They've inspired countless titles and genres over the years, and it's quickly become one of my favorite genres. But this video isn't gonna be about the history of JRPGs, so I'll leave that out for another time. What is a JRPG, you say? Well, it basically stands for Japanese role-playing game. Pretty simple, right? And yes, Pokemon is a JRPG and was actually my first JRPG, but that's not what made me fall in love with JRPGs. It was when I actually moved out of my comfort zone and began playing other JRPGs that made my passion for these types of games start to bloom. So what is it about this genre that made me fall in love? Well, there are 4 major factors that put it on the map for me. Music, visuals, world building, and characters. So this video will go through all of these aspects and hopefully show you why I love this genre. Starting with my favorite aspect of JRPGs, the music. Now, you've probably heard of Persona songs millions of times, and well, what do you know, it's from a JRPG. The catchiness of this song really enticed me to play Persona, but that's not all with JRPG music. JRPGs deliver a beautiful soundtrack even if the game itself is a bad one. One listen to the music and it immediately sets the tone of the entire game for you and creates that wonderful immersion into the world that you're in. For example, Persona's soundtrack gives you that cool, funky, smooth, stylish feel when you listen to it, and sure enough, the game's like that too. Or you could be playing a Tales of game and the music just screams an adventure of epic proportions. To me, JRPG music slaps every time, and even when I'm not playing the game, I just listen to it in my spare time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go listen to Life Will Change for the 1000th time. Ah yes, visuals. One of the big reasons why I like JRPGs is due to the fact that most of them are in an anime art style. Sorry Yakuza, I still love you though. And you know me, I love my anime art styles. Definitely art styles. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, this is just a personal preference, but for me, anime art styles always stood out to me because if done correctly in a visual department, for example, cell shading, they can look good for a very long time compared to other games that take a more realistic approach. Wow, I actually gave you a serious answer there, huh? What's not to like about the story of JRPGs? Beat some slimes or low-level mobs in the beginning, and by the end, you know, just beat God. Simple, right? What's that? Sounds terrible? Well, you're right. It is very formulaic, but the world building makes it immersive for me personally. Just being able to go on an adventure and explore the vast world that the developers have created, encounter different characters and personal stories along the way with an overarching plot is what I love. This feeling of being a kid again and going on an adventure to discover new things will never become old for me. And finally, the characters of JRPGs. Okay, now sometimes JRPG characters can be a hit or miss, But for games like these, there are a good amount of characters to choose from when adding them to your party or using them in battle. So even if there are characters you hate or think are bland or boring, you can just yeet them out of the party. For me personally, the characters in JRPGs feel like hanging out with your group of friends and honestly having a good time adventuring together. Shut up, I have real friends. The lighthearted moments you have with characters in, say, Persona or Final Fantasy VII or Tales of Arise really builds your connections with them and make you care about what they have to say or do. And when the time comes for the sad moments in the story, they're even more devastating for the characters and you because of that. And the voice actors do an incredible job at bringing the characters to life. These voice actors give it their all in their performance, whether it be during a character death or just cooking food with other characters or just talking. Whatever it may be, they bring the immersion when in these pivotal scenes, so props to them. Oh, and by the way, subs over dubs. You know the rules, I didn't make them. Okay, but truth be told, JRPG voice acting in the West has actually gotten a lot better, and it's honestly fine. They sure don't make my ears bleed anymore, so that's a plus. The experience. So, just being able to sit down and forget for 1 second about all your worries in life and immersing yourself into the world of a JRPG is what truly matters to me. Feeling like a kid again, on the weekends playing your Pokemon DS game and having a blast, forgetting that you even had school on Monday. Immersing yourself into the magical world of a JRPG, whether it be through hanging out with the cool cast of characters or just listening to the music or digging into the story, lore and the world, or just be in awe of the breathtaking views in the game, is that special kind of feeling that I get from this genre. And that's why I love JRPGs.